On today's video, it is finally time for Light and Darkness to clash. As Kingsland opens, the level 8 passes open up, and in this video we're gonna go look at how things unfolded in Lost Kingdom 37. We'll split this into two-part series. In this one, everything you need to know about the beginning, the first push, the flagging strategy, and a lot of action on the screen. So sit back, I hope you enjoyed the content, drop a like on the video. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to Gekko Gaming. Level 8 passes finally opened up and it's time for Kingsland battles to begin in Light and Darkness 37. We've been keeping up with this Light and Darkness for about 24 days now, and finally level 8 passes are about to finally go down and we can finally see some war. Or can we? I'm a sponsored content creator by Rise of Kingdoms, and if you enjoy this content and want to check out the channel, you're more than welcome to. Tons of videos down below, and if you enjoy them, want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button, and of course smash a like on the video. 8 passes, 8 kingdoms, smashing into them, going in. It's time for war. Finally, Light and Darkness collide for the first time ever, flag for flag, as they take on those passes, start flagging their way out, and boy oh boy, things got nuts fast everywhere. Remind you, the way Light and Darkness works is that none of these 8 alliances, or 8 kingdoms for that matter, ever met on the field beyond some open field in the ancient ruins and altars of darkness. Now they finally get to flag for flag, rally for rally, defend, hold, and do what we know to do best when it comes to warring. Except that it was really weird. So the first thing that we noticed fairly quickly that was very important to understand is that the way you position your flags is going to play a critical role in your possibilities on doing things on the map. For example, the fact that I believe this is HO3 or H3O, I apologize for butchering you guys' name, HO3S, I think that's it. The way they did this is they realized we don't want to be reliant on the pass whatsoever. So they instantly took the pass, got their people out really quickly, hopped the wall right there, and they were donezo. They are on the field. So did another alliance of Kingdom 279 and DG, as well as FCK from 283, people hopping the walls everywhere. It was fairly clear that the first thing you had to do is hop walls. Why? 8 passes cannot sustain all these alliances fighting and duking it out in the open field and trying to get some positioning in Kingsland. Surprisingly enough, every kingdom did get a pass. There wasn't any issues or situations, but what we definitely saw happening was the folks of 311 realizing that they're going to fight not only the top but the bottom, instantly dropped flags fairly close to the bottom pass as well as way up on the top and started working their way out. As you can see right there, they got to yellow very quickly, even quicker than orange did, which were supposedly right next to them. And from there, madness ensued. Listen, it didn't take more than 5 flags in the right direction by each alliance and war was on. This proved particularly challenging because it didn't allow alliances or kingdoms to establish enough of a field presence to be able to be pushed back. As you can see, purple took out green like that. Within the first couple of hours, green were locked in. And it wasn't because they suck or because they're bad or anything like that. The way purple flagged and the aggression early on didn't leave a single room for a mistake or for anything from green, and the moment those flags passed through, it was done. The worst part of all of this though was that, as you can notice from the footage, it is darkness. It is darkness time, and when it's darkness time, it means the darkness side get 5% extra attack and they burn flags twice as fast, which makes things for light so much worse. 1 out of 4 already locked in by the time you guys are watching this, which is about not even 20-30 minutes into this. The other side is already getting 2v1, which is a huge problem. 292 are going up against 311 on your right from Kingdom 279 right here, and they are taking a beating. They're fighting back. 292 and 311 are fighting it really hard, but 311 seems to be a bit ahead. And on this side, red of 283 going ham against their opposition 279, the two A kingdoms in this light and darkness thing. Very, very quickly, we realized that those relying on passes are screwed. You're going to see a couple of situations in this video where a pass belonging to one alliance was handed to another alliance so they can get out for a minute. And when that happens, flags became inactive and people got rallied and people got zeroed and all that kind of stuff happened because there was such a reliance on the flags from the passes that the moment you switched hands in the passes, if you didn't keep an eye on it, you could lose a lot of folks. Remind you, inside Kingsland, you cannot build forts, which means flags from a pass or flags that hop the wall are the only way to have active territory. As you can see right here, yellow are on active territory right now. They're getting rallied. QTQ are getting destroyed right there with a rally and a swarm. And they want to come in and reinforce this flag. All is good. People are on their way. You can see walking arrows all over the place. But look at the territory. It all of a sudden becomes inactive. Well, of course it becomes inactive. Another alliance from that kingdom picked up that pass to get through real quick. And now the flag is inactive. You cannot reinforce it. You can't do anything with it. It's getting rallied. Hello. As you can see, they took the flag right back. And everything was good. There was another flag getting rallied right there that couldn't get reinforced. This was happening throughout the Lost Kingdom. All kingdoms fell for this at least once. And it was really interesting to see how people recovered from it and how much damage was done by a simple miscommunication. Now let's look at a couple of rally reports that we have here. 292 sent us a couple nice ones. Attila Takeda. That Attila is not maxed out. He's not expertise, as you'll see in a moment. But that nerf did something. Not enough. Clearly not enough. Tons of losses by this Attila Takeda madness. And it keeps getting worse. You'll see some more reports later on. And Alexander Richard did a lot of work here on a Constantine Richard, which were healing a significant amount of troops. Both sides healed significantly, but one side stacking up the dead troops, while the other side with severely wounded and deads. One side doesn't mind losing a little bit more to destroy it, but the other side defending is losing troops by the pound. And you really rather let the flag burn, extinguish it, go back in, than having to lose another 300,000-400,000 troops every single rally from heals. Now, I'm not saying that's the number, right? If you heal 500,000, the likelihood of you losing all 500,000 of them to deads or severely wounded is very small, but still. Going back into the field, we're looking at orange and yellow and kind of baby blue up there going nuts. Yellow trying to hold on for the little bit of territory they have. They've already been outbuilt by the folks in 311. DYNA later on went to make a fatal mistake. As you can see, their alliance territory right there that hopped the wall is reliant on a fortress, and that fortress was deleted. Yes, that fortress was deleted, and a lot of people got zeroed. A lot. I believe like 40 or 50 people got zeroed. It was insane the amounts of reports we saw. But as the flags finally start meeting, it's becoming clearer and clearer that this is going to be a brawl. And it's becoming even clearer that the folks in darkness have a fairly nice advantage because of that nice 5% damage. And it started showing not only in the flags, but later on in the rallies that went through these flags. It was fairly clear that the folks in darkness definitely have a much, much bigger advantage at this point. It started off fairly even. It started off fairly well, but it really seemed that very, very quickly, both sides on darkness had a very good grip of light. And it's not like the light side had weak alliances or weak kingdoms in them. It just seemed that the 50% flag destruction increase thingy, whatever, not making it twice as easy to destroy flags on your day, really played a crucial role, because every single flag that anyone from darkness connected to would go down twice as fast. And as you can see, yellow and orange have like 4 or 5 flags connected to each other, which means 4 or 5 flags are getting burned consistently. And for every minute you're not paying attention to the one flag, it's just so painful that for darkness to gain territory seemed ridiculously easy, while the folks in lightning, in the light day, the moment they started going tit for tat and flags started burning, once flags started burning, those flags went out fast as hell. And I think within the next 5 or 6 hours, there was a little bit more fighting, but after that, towards 1 hour before server reset, things seemed like the folks in light completely lost it. And we're talking about 12 hours worth of fighting. At that point, it seemed like Pink were about to lose the little bit of territory they had. Red were locking them down. Everybody else lost all their territory. They were all locked down behind their passes. And that was where it stood. We got another rally report in here we're looking at right now. Tons of tier 4s and tier 5s lost. As this Attila Takeda defense seemed weird to me. It took a massive beating for sure. It did some damage. But I'm not so sure that's how you want to use your Attila Takeda defending a flag. I believe you have better combinations and better ways to use those commanders for something more offensive than defensive. And with that being said, here's a Attila Saladin going ham as well. Massive damage on this FCK player who did have some low troops available. This is one of those guys that got zeroed, fell asleep or something, I don't know, out of position, and bam, wrecked, zeroed out of his mind. It sucks to be zeroed. Don't be discouraged if you get zeroed though. Rebuild your troops, not the biggest of deals. It is what it is. Flags finally met, and red and pink were really starting to go at it. As you can see, while we're recording, flags are, whichever active alliance takes the flag, the pass is fairly ridiculous. They're trying to connect things, they're trying to figure it out. But this happening all of a sudden, mid-fighting, they cannot reinforce the flag, which is getting swarmed and rallied. It was crazy. Before I leave you guys with some awesome war footage more than anything else, because I could keep rambling on for a little while about things, but I do want to leave you guys with some awesome music in the background, chill and enjoy the crazy war that we had. Some footage, some not exclusive, but some takes from it. By the time the day ended, Darkness were very much in the lead. But the folks, F279, did not want to back down. They waited until a little bit before Darkness Day ended. And then they started their push. And when they started their push, that thing did not stop. In tomorrow's video, we'll see how this ended up. We'll talk a little bit more in depth about mechanics of war. And we'll talk a little bit more about more things that are specific to tips and advice for you guys to understand better how to fight in this zone. What I wanted to do here is lay down a foundation of a story, and in the next video, you'll see the end of this story, as well as understand a little bit of the mechanics that were behind it. If I were to say that if this event is a success or a failure, I still think that Light and Darkness did not work out the way Lilith intended it to. I still think that this zone is way too small. It allows for very little flexibility and war strategying. It was more brute force, go out there, get wrecked or wreck something along the way. We're still going to wrap up our thoughts about Light and Darkness. There are still about 16 or 15 days remaining on the event. We have some coverage still from it about a few events that happened along the way, as well as wrap things up from A to Z for this event. But so far, wars have been underwhelming. Tons of lag, and very little of them really all over the place. With that being said, I'll leave you guys with some awesome footage. Crank up the music so you guys can enjoy some war footage, some rally reports coming in towards the end. And yeah, I'm Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Enjoy, keep watching it, enjoy it. Don't forget to drop a like before you leave. And yeah, we have flags all over this. We have reports, we have rallies, everything you need to know as the story progresses, but just without me rambling on. Take care and enjoy the content. Peace.
name is Perseus. My name is Perseus.